$2.37. That's what's left in your account after rent. You check it at 1:17 a.m. because you can't sleep. You check it again at 1:19. Nothing has changed. You have $18,000 in student loans, a credit card you swore you'd pay off this month, and a salary that feels like it disappears the day it lands. You are 24. You are not behind. You keep repeating that to yourself, like a prayer. But every decision feels heavy. You skip the good bread. You walk instead of taking the bus. You cancelled the gym membership you never used. This is what broke but not broken feels like. Not dramatic. Just a quiet, constant negotiation with every single number in your life. Nobody talks about money at this level. Everyone is doing the same silent math. You refresh your banking app more than your social media. You know exactly how many days until your next paycheck. You'll move $50 into savings and pull it back out when the Wi-Fi bill hits. Money isn't a tool yet. It's the weather. Some days you feel dry. Most days you feel like you're drowning. In shallow water, the first rule at the bottom: your relationship with money is almost entirely emotional, and emotional decisions compound in the wrong direction. You get a small raise, $4,800 a year before tax. It feels massive for about 3 days. Then your laptop dies, and suddenly the raise is gone. You pay off one small debt. You screenshot the zero balance and stare at it for a long time. Nobody else would understand why. That screenshot matters so much, but it does. It's the first time a number moved in the right direction because of something you chose. You cross $5,000 saved, then $8,000. You were 27. You've never seen that number before in your life. You check the balance every morning like it might vanish. You don't spend it. You just let it sit there and prove to yourself that it's real. The psychological weight of 5 figures when you've never had it before is enormous. You feel like you've stepped into a different version of yourself. You haven't, not yet, but the feeling is there. You start reading, not hype books, real ones. You learn what compound interest actually looks like when it's working for you instead of against you. You open a brokerage account and look at it for weeks before you put in your first $800. The market drops the following week. You almost sell everything. You don't. That single decision is the moment everything quietly changes. The shift. You stop thinking about money as safety and start thinking about it as time you're making. $72,000 a year now. You have $45,000 saved. You're contributing to your retirement accounts. You're doing everything right. Then you run the honest projections at 2 a.m. and realize that if you stay on this exact path, the number at the end of 40 years is fine. It's survivable. It is not what you want. This is the competence plateau. You are excellent at not falling behind. You are not yet good at moving ahead. The second rule: salary is a ceiling wearing the costume of a floor. You start a side project. You don't call it a business. It's just something you do at night. It makes $300 a month, then $750, then $1,900. You tell almost no one. You reinvest every dollar for 18 months straight. You eat the same meals. You keep the same phone. Your net worth crosses $120,000, then $170,000. The gap between what a salary alone would have given you and what you're building starts to become visible. That gap is where the leverage lives. Your investments return $5,200 in a single year while you sleep. Some months, your side income now exceeds your paycheck. You understand what an asset is now, not as a concept, but as something that works even when you don't. Your relationship with time changes. Every hour you spend on something that doesn't compound starts to feel expansive. You hit $280,000 net worth at 33. You have a small rental property, a growing brokerage account, and a business doing $8,000 a month. You still drive the same car. You still don't talk about money with most people. You've learned that talking about it changes how they see you. The third rule: below a certain number, you are buying assets. Above it, assets start buying assets. You restructure the business. You bring on a small partner. You exit one investment and roll everything into something larger. You turn down a comfortable corporate offer that would have paid $195,000 a year. Your parents don't fully understand why. You don't explain it completely. Then one ordinary Thursday, the number crosses $1 million. You sit with it. You thought you would feel something bigger. There is satisfaction, yes. But almost immediately you realize it's not enough. Not for the life you actually want. $1 million at 4% is $40,000 a year. That's not freedom. That's the new starting line. The shift. The millionaire arrives and understands the milestone was never the destination. It was only proof that the system works. You begin saying no more often. Not out of fear, but out of clarity. You stop attending the events that used to make you feel connected. The conversations start to feel imprecise. You protect your capital and your focus like they are the same thing. At $2.8 million, your money develops its own personality. It has preferences. It resists certain moves and moves naturally toward others. You've had wins of $180,000 and losses of $65,000. You no longer panic on the losses. You reposition. This is the game now. You are 39. Your net worth is $4.1 million. Your business does $6.2 million in revenue. You own pieces of several companies. You have structures in place. You can take a 3-week trip and not check email for 9 days. That freedom, the ability to disappear for 9 days, is something people below this level cannot buy, no matter how hard they work. The fourth rule: wealth is not what you accumulate. It is what you no longer have to do. The game changes. Texture. You are no longer working for money. Money is working. You move capital instead of trading time for it. The difference is enormous. You meet people playing at $30 million, $70 million. You study how they think. Their time horizon is longer. Their patience is deeper. They are not trying to win every single hand. They are trying to stay at the table longer than everyone else. At $15 million, the isolation becomes real. Not loneliness, just a natural distance. Most people you used to know cannot translate the context you'll now live inside. Your closer circle becomes smaller and higher. The conversations are different. You give more generously than ever before. Not for show, not for access. Because at this level, money has stopped measuring your worth, and giving becomes one of the few things that still feels like a real decision. The fifth rule: above a certain number. Money stops measuring who you are and starts measuring how far your reach extends. You are 58. Your net worth is $47 million. The exact number is known to very few people. You haven't had a conventional job in 12 years, yet you have never worked more strategically. You think in cycles now, credit cycles, demographic cycles, technological cycles. You position. Ahead of them, somewhere in this city tonight, there is a 24-year-old staring at $237. In their account at 1:17 a.m., they think this is just a story about money. They think if they can just make more of it, everything will resolve. They don't yet understand what actually has to change. They don't yet understand the distance they will have to travel inside themselves to reach the other side. The machine doesn't ask if you're ready. It doesn't ask if the trade is fair. It simply opens every single day and rewards whoever shows up consistently, patiently, and without flinching. The balance is still $3.37. It always starts there.